The Afghanistan War was first started because of one awful act that happened on September 11, 2001. On a morning day in New York, citizens awoke on a normal morning casually, going to their jobs or to places that they've planned on going to. It wasn't until then a storm walked in that'll forever haunt the thousands of lives and America, as this day would be their most traumatic experiences. While people below went on their morning, a plane from American Airlines 11 came flying into the Twin Towers, crashing straight into floor 93 and 99. Everyone watched in horror, thinking it was an accident. Firefighters, police came running to help, planning on what they could do about the situation. While they waited for more support, around 9:59 a.m., a second plane came crashing into the second tower. It was at that moment everybody realized this was no freak accident. This was an attack set by someone. About 2,976 people were killed, either from inside the tower or from below. While the two planes attacked the towers, reports were brought in that there was an attack from the Pentagon, killing 189 people. The US also found out that another plane was heading towards the White House, but was luckily not hit, as the passengers on board fought back against the hijackers, crashing the plane into an empty field in western Pennsylvania. Unfortunately, no one survived. The US quickly found the person who was responsible for this terrorist attack. They found out it was planned by a leader in Afghanistan, Osama bin Laden. He led terrorist organization group Al-Qaeda. Reason for causing the attack was due to his hatred towards the US for having more support for Israel, and how the US have planted American troops around Afghanistan, holiest places, and how the US have been attacking Muslims in countries like Iraq from wars and sanctions. When the US military would arrive in Afghanistan, their main goal was to eliminate or capture Osama bin Laden. Second, they would remove the Taliban's power, since they were not complying with handing Osama bin Laden over to the US. And lastly, was that they needed to prevent any terrorist attacks from ever happening in the US. In the end, the US would finally kill off Osama bin Laden, thanks to their best soldiers, SEAL Team 6, and the war would finally end by President Obama. But did the US really win against the Taliban? After all these years, no. It was declared that the Taliban had won the war, and that the US failed to win. It was said that the reason for the US failure was due to their lack of understanding of the Taliban's resilience to defending their country. How US leaders have lost support in the war since it was lasting for too long, and that the US was also trying to change Afghanistan too quickly, to the point that it didn't quite match well with Afghanistan culture and history. The 20 years of hiding and regaining strength, and the group still remains around to this day.